What is going on, everybody? You already know it's Thursday night. It is 6 p.m. It is the NFL Weekly Pick'em Show with myself and Dan Connor. Dan, are you ready for week three? But first, how are you doing on this beautiful Thursday night where your team plays tonight, Dan?
I'm doing much better now that we are 1-1
Mm.
and had a miraculous comeback. Even though it was versus the Cardinals, I know it was the Cardinals, but a little happier that we're 500.
Hey,
May not be that way after tonight, but that's okay. That's all right.
hey,
Better
you
than
know what?
0-2.
I give you credit, man. From a 40-point deficit in the first week, not scoring, then you go 20 points down the first, basically the first half there. 60
Mm-hmm.
to nothing. You guys made a hell of a comeback, so I'll give you that. But you're right. Tonight, Dan, which will, is pretty much our first game, but we'll recap last week's, of course. But, as my Cowboys, we lost Trayvon Diggs this entire year with an
That
ACL injury.
sucks.
And it's a one-on-one drill too. Like they were showing a little bits and pieces of it where it was just not even a contact drill. He just went down.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, it's insane. We're losing these players too fast, man.
It's the worst when it's in practice and not a game
Exactly.
or
I mean,
something
do
like
you, do you
that.
think this is not playing preseason, getting in a game for him here? With the muscles. What do you think?
A little bit maybe. Sometimes it's a risk, but I think that's part of it. I think they're just not ready early in the season physically.
I agree. I agree.
Just yet. They're close, but not like where they need to be.
I agree. I agree, man. Oh man. But Dan, last week we picked our picks here. The first week I was up 12-8. This week was a little bit closer. It was 11-13.
Yep.
Let's see where we got. We both agreed on the Eagles. We both took the Buccaneers. You took the Bengals. What's going on with these Bengals, Dan?
I have no idea. I have no idea. They look flat again.
And
They
the funny thing,
didn't
I
look
think
good
Burrow.
twice in a
Yeah,
row.
I think Burrow's out again this week. He's questionable too. He's day to day. I mean, this kid can't catch a break in the beginning of the year, man. The what was it last year? The hernia or whatever that
Yeah.
injury he had last year. Now this year with the ankle, this
Yeah.
guy can't catch a break. Dan, he really can't.
No,
So
I
that.
agree.
Yep.
I agree. Like it's just he's just always banged up.
Hmm.
But that has to do with, I don't know, they just haven't played well again, and
I agree.
now they're
I
coming
agree.
out of the gate like stumbling a little bit right off the bat here.
Yeah, yeah. And the other game was the Packers versus the Falcons. I was kind of I believe in the Falcons. If they get that running game going there, I think they
Hmm.
could be good. But they're still a team that's like they need to prove a lot more that they're showing here. The Packers are still building.
Definitely.
There. So
Yep.
we both took the Colts there. How do you feel about Anthony Richardson being injured again?
I don't think it's good that he's injured. I mean, I figured he had the frame to not be hurt, but you never know. The
Yeah,
NFL, when you run as a quarterback, it's tough, and for him being hurt, that's big for them because they don't got nowhere. With him, I think they could win games, but
yeah,
without him, I don't know. That's not good that he's hurt. If he's healthy, I think that they'll be all right, but not without him.
yeah. I agree. I mean, Richardson's frame, stature, and he can beat you with the legs. He can win
Hmm.
games there, but he's got to learn to take a dive, man. Being that size 6, 6'4", 235, he's
Yep.
got to learn to take a dive once in a while too, man. You can't go
Or
through,
run out of bounds. You have to
exactly
learn.
get out of bounds.
Jones learned it after his rookie year.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
even versus Dallas, he tried to run. Remember, he tried to run. You gave him a concussion. Remember, he came
exactly.
up
Though,
wobbling, and then
yeah,
now he knows when to run and when not to run, and that's really the thing for Richardson.
you have
Yeah,
to.
he could run, but you gotta learn. You gotta learn when the right times are to run and not to run, because you can get hurt like that easily.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the rookie quarterbacks, coming like Justin Fields last year. He tried to
Hmm.
run the ball like crazy, didn't took some huge blows. Even Jalen Hurts last year took some big
Yep.
blows. So
Yep.
you got to learn to take a knee. I mean, Patrick Mahomes knows how to do it. You got to live another day to throw another ball, so you can't
Yeah.
get hurt. But the other
Exactly.
the other game that you won that I took the Chargers, man, I don't know what the hell the Chargers defense is doing. They can score, but they give up so many points, Dan.
Their defense is not very good. The Chargers. That's their
Yeah,
problem.
it's
Like they
bad.
could score with a lot of teams, but they give up
Hmm.
a lot of points.
And that's the thing. I
And
mean, the Titans aren't really a scoring team, and they put up some points on the Chargers too. So that Chargers
no, they're
defense is
not.
scary. You know.
If the Titans are playing well, they're
Hmm.
running the ball well.
Hmm.
They do pretty well. It all depends, but their defense is just not good enough. That's the
Yeah.
problem they have.
Yep. And the other game that we disagreed, two more games that we disagreed on here was the Seahawks Lions game.
Yeah.
I've been on the Seahawks wagon for a while now, and once they put it together, I think they could be a team to beat. So I
Yeah.
mean, I think it was a big emotional win being over the Lions here this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that game. What do you think about that, real quick?
I think it's a pretty good game. Though this the Seahawks, I think, will get it together. The Lions are pretty good.
Hmm.
So I think, it's pretty interesting. The Seahawks, I think, it's going to be interesting in that division because the Rams, I don't know what they are. They have one
Right,
good week,
right.
one bad week.
Hmm.
Seahawks, I think, could be one of the wild card teams if they play well.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the Seahawks would be second in division behind the Niners, of course,
Hmm.
but they're still learning. I mean, and Jigbo's out there making catches.
Yep,
We know it all falls on Geno Smith. Actually, that's what it's going to fall on. But
exactly.
the other game that we disagreed on was the Saints Panthers game. I tell you what,
I
if
didn't
you
know who
like,
to pick in that game.
I didn't either. There was a toss up on that, Dan. I just went with hey, Derek Carr being the more seasoned vet as QB here. But Dan, if you like offense, this is not the game to watch.
No, no,
It
definitely
was
not. Definitely not. I just didn't know who to pick in that game. I don't know who both teams are. I mean,
exactly.
what you got a rookie quarterback and you have Carr. I just don't know.
Yeah, I just went with the flowing, the coin flip here, and it said, pick Carr because the seasoned veteran. So I went there. It worked out for me. Well, in our last game, before we were getting into this week's, Dan, Browns Steelers, man. This was a devastating game. I mean, of course, Nick
Oh
Chubb.
yeah.
Oh my God, Dan.
Oh my goodness. And the same knee, the same leg. Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Like I still have that image. I think it's worse than
Yeah,
his first one.
yeah. I mean,
It is. Oh man, that's a tough spot to break your leg.
yeah. We were talking last night on the college football frenzy, Bill Furman and I, and we went back to the Willis
Above his
McGahee.
knee, right? It's like
Yeah,
right above his knee. That's a
exactly.
tough spot.
And this is going back to like the Willis McGahee injury, and when he played with
Oh man, I
Miami,
remember
Ohio
that. He
State,
destroyed his knee. He
and
still had a good career.
that knee went all the way back. But he still played 9 years in the league. And
He did.
honestly, if there's somebody that can come back from this injury, we know Chubb is a man. He's a beast. The way he lifts weights, keeps his body in shape. If there's
He
anybody that can
might.
do it, I think it'd be him.
I don't think it's impossible, but man, that is just a
But it's the second one, Dan. It's the second one.
exactly,
You know
and
what I mean?
and it's worse.
Hmm.
That's the problem.
Yep. Eileen says still can't believe Geno Smith is playing. I like Geno Smith. I do.
His career under revival last year.
Exactly. I mean, he banked on himself coming from the Jets as going to different player teams here, but I think he really banked on himself. He went to the right team. With the weapons, he just has to
Yep.
manage games. And they went out. This could be a make or break year for him. He signed a 3-year deal. I think this is a year where he has to solidify himself because he got paid, and they went out and got arguably the best wide receiver in college last year in Jigba Smith.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
and they have Walker too running the ball. So, man, if you don't do anything this year, Geno, you know what? Suck to say,
Well,
brother.
this year is the year. They want to see if he can repeat that performance of last year. If he
Exactly.
can repeat that performance, then they'll build around him a little bit, and then maybe they can win something if they get the right pieces.
Because Pete Carroll always went defense. Now he's going offense just to give Geno Smith, a boost here. But hey, I don't know what he's going to do, but we'll see. They won last week for me, so it was a good thing.
Yep.
I had 11 last this week. You had I'm sorry, I had 13. You had 11, so I'm sitting at 25-19 for 2 weeks, Dan. But let's get into this, Dan. It's only 6 games I'm ahead of you. We still have 15 more weeks to go here, Dan.
Yep.
But let's talk about tonight's game, Dan. I know. I think you're going Niner. I think you're going Giants here. I feel it in your heart here. You're going Giants, right?
I'm going 49ers.
Do you think it's going to be that bad, Dan? The line is.
I don't think it's going to be that bad. But if I'm going by the spread, I'm going to pick the Giants. It's like 10.5.
Yeah, it's 10.5 tonight.
But I'm not picking the spread. I'm going to pick the 49ers.
Okay, we're going straight.
49ers will win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's less than 10. I hope it's like 7 points or something. 10 points.
We're playing straight up.
Killing.
Yeah, we're playing straight up games here. Of course, I actually took the spread. I took the Niners tonight. I actually bumped it up to 11.5. I gained a point there, gave it away a point.
I think they'll win the game.
I think it's going to be a little bit close, but I think the Niners are going to pull away because unless
it's tough, man.
They are offensive, defense side of the ball. Now the only problem is Ayuk's not playing tonight. He's already been ruled out, which is a little bit more help. But
the Giants got to get a pass rush. Ojolari's out. Thomas is out. Bredesen is out. So I don't know how Azuna's going to do at left tackle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and you have McKeith in the guard. It's his second game ever. So,
and that's the thing when you got a new tackle coming in. Yeah, you got a new tackle coming in. You got Bosa on that edge there. That's going to be a problem if they feast one time and they see it all night long. Shanahan's going to come after that every play. That's going to happen.
And the thing about Shanahan is he's such a great offensive mind. He's going to be able to take advantage of what the Giants can get a pass rush. Purdy will pick them apart. Yeah. And they have Kittle. You have to worry about Kittle. You have to worry about Samuel.
Hmm.
McCaffrey, I mean, they are extremely tough.
I agree.
I think they're just a little bit too tough. Who knows? Maybe the Giants come out and squeak one out, but I doubt it. I think the 49ers will win this game.
Yeah, to me, it's like a David and Goliath battle here. I mean, we just talked about Shanahan. He puts the offense in positions with that motion.
Yep.
He makes it so quarterback friendly where you just got to read. You can see whose defense assignment they're
Yep.
moving it. If they're moving it outside, they're covering here.
And
A
I
motion
forgot
man.
no Barkley too. So
Very true. Very. Do you
they
believe in
may not be
Breida?
worried. I like Breida, but he's no Barkley. But
Very true.
Breida is a good north-south runner.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you open up a hole and hit the hole, you won't hesitate.
I
So if
agree.
they do a good job run blocking, he should get yards.
I
He's
agree.
not Barkley, and they're not going to be as. But the biggest dynamic is how are they going to cover Hyatt? How are they going to cover Waller? Because that dynamic of his speed could be the difference maker if the Giants are going to win this game. But
Well, the
like I
thing is,
said,
I think the Giants have to attack deep. We've seen game one when they played the Cowboys. There was no deep passes at all.
well, they didn't do it. You saw when they attacked deep.
Sure, Hyatt
Once
was.
they hit that
Yeah.
play,
Hmm.
what it did to the Arizona defense.
It opens you
It,
up.
it,
You have
it
to you
makes
have to
your
stay
safeties
disciplined.
go, oh shit, I better get deep.
Yeah.
Like in the
Hmm.
beginning of the game, they weren't respecting that, and that play that Hyatt had was
Hmm.
wide open earlier in the game, and
Yeah.
Jones didn't throw it. He didn't throw it up to him.
Hmm.
And the way it was open in the second half, he threw it to him. The same play.
I agree. I mean, you have to keep the defense honest. You bring
Yep,
if you don't throw the ball deep and you bring the two safeties down in the box, you're basically playing, 11 on 9 is what you're basically playing, offense versus defense. So,
exactly. Why
yeah,
draft Hyatt if you're not going to use his speed, or use
exactly.
Paris Campbell's speed or Slayton's speed?
Hmm.
Like you got to use that
Hmm.
and run your offense like that.
And
So
that opens up so much more the man in the middle, which is Waller. You throw the ball down deep, then you got your gaps. In mid-level range game there with Waller wide open, and he's a
yeah.
mismatch for any linebacker. I mean,
Well,
I think
Warner, but
Warner's going to be on him, but still,
we'll see. Like I
Mhm.
said, I think the
Yep.
49ers will win the game because they just look much better than my team does, than
Yeah,
the
I agree.
Giants do.
I'm gonna go Niners here too. But let's
Yep.
talk about the next game here: Tennessee Titans. Versus the Cleveland Browns, who basically just signed Kareem Hunt. A couple yesterday actually. So, where are you going with this one,
Again,
Dan?
I'm gonna take the Browns.
You're going the Browns. Okay, all right. All right, I think I actually took the Titans on this one. I believe I didn't even look. I already did the overlay. I didn't even look at the picks here.
I took the
Okay,
Browns.
okay.
I think it'll be close. I know they lost Chubb.
Hmm.
But I do think they have a good offensive line. I do think they have a good pass rush. So Tennessee, never know what to expect from them. It's
Hmm.
in Cleveland too, so I think Cleveland will pull it out.
Yeah, I'm going to go Tennessee here. I think it's going to be a running game here. The Browns' defense is tough,
Yeah,
but I think Tennessee can actually throw the ball because they showed something last week where
they
Tannehill was
can.
just he looked a little bit different to me. He's, looking downfield a little bit more. He's
Yep.
saving the ball. He's playing for another down. So I'm going to go with the Titans here. Let's go to this week here. Now I've been on the Falcons for a couple weeks here. Falcons versus the Lions. What do you think? Is this a bounce back game for the Lions?
I picked the Falcons upset.
I know you did.
I
when
picked
I
the
see
Falcons.
You did. I'm gonna reverse this. I'm going Lions all day here. I think this is a rebound game for the Lions. I think was watching the Falcons play. They give up a lot of yards to the air, and this
Yeah,
Lions team can throw the ball. And I think this is finally a week where St. Brown, Amon St. Brown comes out, plays good. Hawkinson in the middle as well, and Jameis Williams, he's out of course, but I think this
I'd
is a
say the
good game.
matchups favor Detroit for sure, but
Yeah.
it's my upset this week.
Oh, upset of the week. Dan's going Falcons over the Lions. You heard it here first on the NFL Pick'em Show. Dan
Might
is
not
taking the
happen,
upset.
but I think the Falcons don't look bad.
All right. Well, let's move on to another team here. Okay. Let's go the Saints versus Green Bay here.
Packers in Green
Packers.
Bay. Yep.
Packers. Okay. I think I went to Packers as well here. I think I went to Packers as well. If I'm not correct on my picks, we will see our picks at the very end.
Green Bay, I
I
think,
just
is going
got
to win
yeah.
that game.
I just got back from football. I did it earlier today. I was like half asleep. So, we'll see. Okay, next game, Dan. I think this is pretty obvious here. The Broncos
Fins,
versus the Dolphins. yeah,
Miami.
yeah. I agree.
I
I
think
don't.
Miami's going to put up like 40.
You think it's going to be a 40 burger on them, huh?
I think Miami's going to score a lot of points on Denver.
I think so too. I think they're gonna come out throwing the ball like crazy this week. I think it's gonna be I think the line is like 12 and a half or something like that. I've seen or something like that.
I think
So
they'll score a lot of points, but Miami is like that. Their offense is like that. They are prolific like that.
agree. I mean, you can't stop it. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, and is something that's insane. I love their running back, Achane from Texas last year. He's a fast back as well. Oh man, there's speed everywhere. Now this could be a good game, Dan. The Chargers, who play no defense, versus the Minnesota Vikings, who, man, I don't know what's up with the Vikings this year. They got the best wide receiver in the game, and I don't know what's going on here. Dan.
I picked the Chargers.
I did too. I think it's
They're
a close
both going
game.
to score a lot of points, I think.
I think so too. Anybody can score on the Chargers this year. They put up points, but anybody can score on them. So I don't know, Dan. I don't know, but I'm going Chargers as well.
No, I'm going to pick Chargers for this one.
Both going on the Chargers. Now this is a good game too. Okay.
I picked the Jets.
You picked the Jets. Why did you pick the Jets?
I think they're going to force back Jones to make mistakes. I think the defense is good enough to beat the Patriots.
But can they score on that Belichick defense? Because that defense is pretty damn good,
They beat them last year.
Yeah, but this is a new team.
Any better than last year on defense? I don't think the Patriots are that good defensively. I agree. Belichick's a great defensive coordinator, but I don't think talent-wise their defense is that excellent.
Okay.
And I don't trust their offense.
Okay, I'm going to disagree here. I think I'm going with the Patriots this game. This is my upset. I really don't call it an upset, but I'm going to call it my upset because I think this is the biggest one for me this week. I think Belichick takes away, Garrett Wilson. I think he takes him away from this game here, and he makes someone else beat him. And the
Jets can run the ball.
They can run the ball. Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. I've seen that, but last week they didn't have a big running game. And I think Belichick reviews that tape from the Cowboys game, and I think he plays with that one too. So I'm going to go Patriots here, Dan. I'm going Patriots here.
All right.
Now let's go to our division here. The Buffalo Bills come to Landover, Maryland down there and play the 2-0, Dan. 2-0. I said Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Bills.
I agree.
The Bills win this game.
Yeah, I believe so too. I mean, I think the Commanders are well in over their head here. I don't think it's going to happen at all. I really don't.
The Bills are a good team. They may not play well, but they're good, man. I think they're going to win the game.
Eileen says, Belichick, Billy Boy is going to stick it to the Jets. I agree. I think so too. Eileen, what do you think the score is going to be? I took the Patriots. Dan took the Jets here. Which way are you leaning toward? Wow, Steve, the Commander fan, says it's going to be shitty weather down there too. Which now that takes away that's a different game plan
Bills
too.
Play in Buffalo though, so they get shitty weather.
Yeah, I mean more snow versus wet grass, I guess down there. But I mean, what do you think? You think it takes away a little bit from the Bills game because the Bills game with what's his name, the other guy, the Cook down there's a James Cook as well. James Cook, yeah.
Yes,
he can run the ball pretty damn good. You know what I mean?
They can run the ball. They like to throw the ball. It could turn into a game where Josh Allen just runs the ball a lot too. He hasn't really done that so far this season.
I mean, the Commanders do have a good front four. If they're if they stay committed to consignment football, they do that. They can make it a game a little bit.
I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think the Bills will win the game.
Now you already called the upset last week. This week here you're saying that you already picked your upset, but now Steve's saying the Commanders is going to pull up the upset here. So here you heard it here first. 2 upsets this week. One from each host. You got mine here with the Patriots over the Jets, but. I agree, Buffalo Bills all the way on this one, no matter what the weather is, Dan. But let's go to a game where I think this could be a lock of the week here.
Jags.
Yes. Now, Bryce Young is not playing, okay?
He's not playing. If he's not playing, the Jags are a well-coached team.
Yes.
They're talented. I think they're better than Houston. I think they'll beat them handily.
I do,
to be honest.
I do, too. Now,
who's playing quarterback for them?
You know what? I don't even know. Who is the backup quarterback, honestly?
I have no idea. I
have no idea. I don't even follow them, honestly. I don't even know. All I know is Bryce Young is out this week. You know what? I do know who it is. He was a former Cowboy. It is Andy Dalton, which is a good quarterback. He can manage a game, too, but I don't know.
But I still think the Jags are going to win the game.
Mm-hmm. Eileen says, yes, but the storm coming up the coast is supposed to mess up a lot of the Northeast. Okay, well, thank God we're on the West Coast playing the Cardinals this week. You guys are out West, too. So
we're out West also.
What's wrong with Bryce Young? I believe he is like either a shoulder or like in a concussion protocol because he took a big hit last week. So he is out. He's already ruled out. They ruled him out this morning. So he's definitely out. But, Andy Dalton, now let me ask you this, Dan, real quick. If Dalton comes in here and actually wins this game somehow, okay?
Yep.
Does Dalton start the rest of the year and keep the rookie on the bench even though he's healthy? What do you do with this? Because this is a rebuilding year too with the Panthers or the Texans.
I think they'll play him.
Okay.
Steve says he's playing versus the Jags.
Like, you know what? I'm totally lost here. I'm totally lost.
Are you thinking about Carolina?
I'm thinking about the Carolina Panthers. Well, he's out. We'll get into that game. He's out. Yeah, that's it. CJ Stroud's playing. I'm sorry. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm lost, dude. I'm so tired at practice today. Plus, losing Diggs is like a lot on my mind.
I still think the Jags are going to win.
I do too. I don't like CJ Stroud. I don't like him as a QB. I mean, every Ohio State quarterback that came out, even Justin Fields as a runner, they haven't proven anything to me, honestly. So,
yep.
Yeah. My apologies on that. I'm like so ahead of the game picks here. All right, let's go, Jag. We're going Jags here, of course. Now let's go here. This could be Anthony Richardson is already ruled out, of course.
Baltimore.
So Baltimore all day. I mean, this game here,
all day. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think with the Baltimore Ravens here? Do they run the ball because they lost Dobbins, or I still go back to
who's their backup running back? I still think they run the ball.
I think they do too. I mean, you have another
running back in Lamar. Kinda.
Exactly. But I go back to the comment that Lamar Jackson made in early year. Give me a weapon and I can throw for 4,000 yards. I don't care who you give him. He ain't throwing for 4,000 yards. You know what I mean? He's not that type of quarterback.
Maybe.
He is not that quarterback. Yeah.
1,000 rushing yards like that. 800. Exactly. 800.
I agree. We're talking about this game here. Leland brings up a great point as well.
He is.
Minshew is very accurate. He really is. I think it's like a catch
for the Colts, right?
Yes, it's a catch-22 here. Richardson can win you a game with his legs. He don't, like we said, the beginning of the show. He doesn't know when to take a dive, go down, run out of bounds. He doesn't know that yet. Minshew is a quarterback. He can run out. He can get out of the pocket. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball, and he's smart enough to live another play too. Dan,
I like Minshew. I think he's solid.
Yep, but I think the Ravens have too much weapons here. I think it's going to be
I just think they're a better team. That's all.
I agree.
Overall.
Mm-hmm. Steve says it's okay. A long day for Dallas Cowboy fans. Yeah, Steve, you already know. Like
injuries suck, especially when it's at practice.
Yeah, I mean,
game sucks regardless. I know the feeling.
I tell you, I mean, I try to be positive about it, and there's good things and bad things about the injury, for the team. But you lose a cornerback like the Trayvon Diggs here. It's a
loss,
big hit,
man.
It's a big hit, man.
Big loss.
Huge hit. Mm-hmm.
So he covers those receivers.
Steve says, is Richardson playing for the Colts? He's not. He was already ruled out. He's definitely out. He's definitely out. Yep, he's definitely out. Definitely out this week.
Yeah, he's better not be picky and choosy when he runs from now on.
Yeah, he's better learn something.
That's probably why he got a concussion.
It is. I mean, he runs the ball like crazy, and that was a bounce on his head in the end zone where he came down. It was a huge bounce on his head. That's something like I understand you get tackled, you can't control your head movement.
But still, you got to be careful, man.
You got to be careful, man. You really do. Especially your first year, game 2 here, and you're already in concussion protocol. And even week 1, you aggravated something too. So it's bad for him. But here's the game that I was talking about. Now, Bryce Young is out versus the Seattle Seahawks here. So Andy Dalton is the QB here. So what do you think here? Does that change anything versus the Seahawks?
No, Seattle.
Seattle, me too. I love Seattle.
Seattle's going to win.
I think Seattle as well. While you guys were talking about pick'ems, I'm going to do my pick'ems on Yahoo. All right, well, there you go. Hopefully you win this week. Hopefully we can do you some justice out there and win some games for you. But go with Dan's upset. Dan, what was your upset this week?
The Falcons over the Lions.
There's the upset of the week right there. I don't know how much. If you take it, I think you'll win a lot. But hey, who knows? But we'll see. All right, Bears and the Chiefs here. The Bears are back at back. Everybody says they can win this week. There's Justin Fields is fighting with his OC. He's fighting with the team here. He's
Kansas City Chiefs.
Dan, this would be an upset of the week if you pick this one. No chance.
Nope.
I agree. Nope. Chiefs all day here. Chiefs all day. I think it's a blowout.
The Chiefs will win the game.
I think it's a blowout. All right, Dan, let's get into this game here. The Cowboys 2-0 without Diggs go to the Arizona Cardinals. I'm still going to take a victory here.
I don't think the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't think they need Diggs here.
To beat Arizona, no.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Should beat them handily, I think.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Dan, if this is like your game last week where they come out and get up 20 on us right away, I might get a little bit nauseous real quick, but I don't think that'll happen.
If they get up 20 on you, something's wrong.
Yes, I know.
Carson should be able to get to Dobbs a lot. You pressure him, he'll make a mistake.
I think so too. I think they're going to look at the game film because Dobbs did run out of the pocket a lot last week against you guys. I
Yep.
think they control the lanes. Dan Quinn is very smart. I think he looks at that game film and says, okay, Van Der Esch, he likes coming up the middle. This is your guy in the middle. We're going to get pressure on the outside. Excuse me, on the outside.
Ertz killed us. That first half, he killed us.
Yeah.
The first half of the game, both tight ends killed us, man.
And Dan, as we talked about on previous shows, Dallas does struggle with the tight end. Nobody's used the tight end.
Look out for their backup tight end. Like he'll get open too if you don't look out.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's go to this. This could be a good game here. The Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a great win, Dan. This week here against the Las Vegas Raiders. Our host Ken Fry, the Silver and Black layer every Saturday night, 9 p.m.
Yep.
What do you think about this game? I think we went opposite. We went opposite here. I went Steelers. I think
the Raiders.
I think they continue to go a little bit here. That defense is solid, Dan. I love Pittsburgh.
Oh, it is. I agree with that.
I love it.
They have a good pass rush too.
Dan, I do have one question for you regarding this game here with two players. The game we talked about before: Dallas, Parsons, Watt, Pittsburgh. If you started a franchise on defense, who are you taking first?
Watt.
Really? Why?
Because if I have a defensive play in a 4-3.
Okay.
I want Watt as a defensive end. I think in a 3-4.
Okay.
Parsons is much more valuable.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that's what he fits. But either is a great pick.
I know that's what I mean.
It depends on what you like. Like Parsons is like an all-around, could do it all. Watt is a pure pass rusher, and I just like those guys better. That's all.
I love Watt coming
off
the edge.
That's what I prefer. That's all.
Yeah, I love watching Watt come off the edge.
Every time he comes off the edge, time, all game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love Parsons does that, but not always off the edge. You could do a lot more stuff with him.
Right, like last week he lined up at 6 different positions, both linebackers, both edges, and he even lined up right over the nose guard. And I'm like, holy crap, this is a little bit different for him. Dan Quinn's put him in positions where if he sees, if he sees somebody, slipping up, he's definitely going to put on top of him. And he's going to attack you there. So, Dan, let's go to Monday night here with 2 games again. Monday night again, we have the Eagles and the Bucks. I mean, is this a upset waiting to happen here?
No, I think the Eagles will win.
You got the Eagles too. I got the Eagles as well. I think a lot of people are actually taking the Buccaneers here. They're saying that they match up really well. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield.
If we're talking about the spread, maybe, but I think if I'm straight picking it, I'm picking the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going to go Eagles here as well. I think it's a straight game for them. Pretty manageable game for them. So we'll go the Eagles as well. Now let's go to the last game Monday night. The doubleheader here. The Rams, who we don't know who the hell they are, and the Bengals, we don't even know what the hell they are right now. What the hell's going on here? So this is a what the hell game, Dan. Where are we going with this one?
Well, Burrow's not playing, right? Is he playing?
He's questionable. He says day to day right now because he didn't practice. He was a limited practice, then didn't practice, then limited
I think he'll play. I picked the Bengals. I think he'll play.
You picked the Bengals. I don't know which way I went.
I picked the Bengals. I think they'll get it together this week.
You think they bounce back this week? Huh?
I think they're too good of a team.
Okay.
To not, and the Rams, I don't know what the hell they are.
Gotcha. All right, I did go Bengals as well. That's where I went to. I totally forgot who I picked. Bengals. All right, so Dan, our disagreements this week are going to be the Tennessee Titans, Cleveland Browns game. I took the Titans. You took the Browns. You took your upset of the week and the Falcons over the Lions. I took the Lions. Where are we? Let's disagree. You have the Jets. I have the Patriots. And let's see, one other game that we disagree on. I'm taking the Steelers, and you're taking the Raiders.
Yep.
All right, Dan, that's this week, man. I mean, what let's talk about tonight's game real quick before we get out of here in another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How can the Giants win this game for everybody out there listening?
They're going to have to force turnovers. That's number one. They're going to have to get pressure on Purdy, and their first 2 games, their pressure on the quarterbacks have been non-existent. And they're going to have to score a lot of points. They're going to need 30 points to win this game. If they want to win this game.
Can I ask you where the milk carton guy is, Thibodeau? Where's he been? Is he going to make an appearance tonight?
I think he'll get a sack, but
you think so? Okay.
I think Lawrence will play well, but I don't know. Their pass rush has been non-existent.
I agree.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see how the first beginning of the game goes, but they're going to have to get 2 or 3 turnovers and score off of them if they want a chance to win this game, I think.
And you know what? I think
they're not going to win it straight up. No way.
Right. Yeah, I think it's going to be a chess match because Wink is. I mean, Shanahan's going to put if the Giants defense gets to them fast, they're going to spread this field and a lot of motions coming out, and they're going to make Wink adapt to that really fast. It's going to be a chess match.
Well, yeah, and the thing is, I want to see what game plan the Giants have, because they're going to have to get rid of the ball quick probably sometimes.
I was thinking, is how I don't watch a lot of the Giants. I don't watch every other game. I watch showcases of it, highlights and stuff like that when I can. I watch it. But
Yeah,
how's Breda in the screen game versus a Saquon?
Breedis could run the screen game. Typically, he runs more. Gray, the rookie can't block.
Yeah, he's bad at blocking. Yes,
he can't pass block, so you can't have him on the field. So, but the Giants haven't run a lot of screens. I think they're going to try, and depend on the big play. Use Hyatt. Use Waller. Try to take advantage of their defense. They're going to try to be aggressive, and I think that. Yeah, I just think it's going to be tough.
Okay, all right. Since I'm a Cowboys fan, you're a Giants fan. Give me your final score for your game tonight, and then we'll talk about my game to get a quick score on that one.
30-21, 49ers.
Okay, 30-20. That's not bad. I think it's going to be. I'm thinking I'm going to get that area there. I'm probably going to go 33. I'm going to go 33-21. I think it's about a 12-point game here. 33-21. I got it. It really depends how the Giants come out fast in the first half.
Well, they have no Barkley, so the 49ers are probably not really going to worry as much about Brightwell until they prove they can beat them that way.
I think they honestly shut down the RPO tonight. I don't think the RPO is going to be there, with Breida. I think it's going to be a passing game where I did take a prop bet tonight, Dan, where I put Daniel Jones over 33 pass attempts tonight.
I think so. They run block better than they pass block, but if Thomas was playing and Barkley was playing, then I'd say different maybe. But without them, I don't know if they have enough firepower. They're really going to have to show that they can win this game by passing the ball majority of the time.
I think too. I mean, you got to throw the ball downfield to slow this defense down. I mean, their pass rush is insane, and their linebacker, their front seven is nasty. I think they're the best in the league right now.
And you got to take it. And Jones got to take advantage of the opportunities when they're there. Don't pass up.
Yeah.
Like if someone's open, if you see something, don't hesitate. Like if you see someone open down the field, or you see Hyatt deep like that, take a chance.
Well, we seen it last week.
Don't hesitate.
Right, we seen it last week in your game, Dan, with Marquise Brown, Hollywood. Just throw the ball up to him, let him go get the ball, let him chase the ball down. That's something Danny Jones has to do with Hyatt. Hyatt has the speed.
Once they did that big play, it changed the entire game.
They did.
It changed the entire mindset, and the defense were like, "Oh shit!"
100%.
They didn't know what to do with Hyatt's speed.
Yep. All right, so you got your score. I got my score. I think they're pretty accurate there. I think that it's the unanimous pick is the Niners are going to win. Regardless of what they do, I think they're going to win this game. But we're in the NFC East here, Dan. How do you feel about the Cowboys game? How do you feel about this one? It is the Cardinals, the Cowboys. What kind of score are you looking at here?
34-13.
Wow, you think Dallas is still going to score that many points?
I think Dallas is much better than Arizona. They're much better than we are. Okay. And we put up 31 on them in a half.
Right.
In one half.
Okay.
So I think they're going to score over 30 points on Arizona. I think Dallas's offense is too good.
Okay. I think
they're more talented than ours.
Yeah, very true. I think this is a statement game for Dallas's defense, saying, "Okay, Diggs, you're out. We're going to show you we still are elite."
They're going to score a lot of points, I think.
I think so too. I think they're going to be. I think it's going to be a 37-13 game for me.
It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
going to be
see Arizona hanging with them. I don't see it being 20-0.
Oh God, Dan! If it is, man, you're not going to hear from me. I'll tell you that.
That would be the biggest shocker because I think that's almost a lock, that game.
It definitely would be. Oh man. All right, Dan. So listen, you and I have a show to do in about 30 minutes here. The NFC East War Room. So we're going to hop on that in about 30 minutes here.
Yep.
So anything else you want to talk about for this week's game? Anything that you can add for our little program here before we get out of here?
Let's hope Jones doesn't get murdered tonight.
Oh God,
by the pass rush.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Danny played a little bit better. Zuda played all right, but this defense is good, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Jones will be okay. He's tough. He's tough.
He's a tough dude. But listen, don't try to run the ball and get your head taken off, because these guys are vicious out in this Niner land. They'll take your head off.
If they're rushing him, he doesn't have time. He may end up running a good amount, but only when he should.
Exactly. But Dan, before we get out of here, how about we do our sponsors real quick? Is that okay with you? All right, Dan, I'll let you take this one, and I'll take the other ones.
Dugout Mugs, the ultimate game day mug. A mug for any baseball fan. Use the promo code OTBSports20 at dugoutmugs.com for 20% off your order. You can also get a custom logo of any team that you want. Enjoy a nice, cold drink, cold brew, and your team's in the playoffs, if they happen to be in the playoffs. So get Ultimate Game Day mug. Once again, use the promo code OTBSports20 for 20% off your order at the checkout.
Also, if you need any legal help out there, reach out to my man, Jason Fine, a.k.a. Big Al, 1-800-HURT-123. Motor vehicles, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal injury claims. He has you covered in 3 convenient office locations throughout Jersey and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is Philadelphia, PA, as I said, and Pittsburgh, PA, of course, and the great state of the Garden State, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Make sure you mention Down the Box Sports Entertainment. I guarantee you, whoever takes the call, you mention that name, we take your case to guarantee you 33 and a third % rate, and that's the rate for out of the box. All clients, they get that rate for us as well. And last but not least, guys, if you're in, it's Monday morning, you need some coffee any day of the week, wake up late, you need that coffee, you need that boost, reach out to monkeycoldcoffee.com, use promo code OOTB Sports. 3 great blends: toasted coconut rum, bourbon, chocolate chip, and for your average drinkers with no flavor, Samaritan blend, of course. You got the swag, you got t-shirts, mugs, thermal cups, cold beer diffusers, K-cups, you name it, they have it. Great product as well. So guys, if you want some coffee, reach out to them. And listen, I boost the product too. Monkey Cold Coffee. I have the shirt on here. It's a great fitting shirt. Great product. I have the coffee. I usually drink it once a week now because I do still stay up late and I wake up early, so I really don't need coffee anyway. So, but reach out to them if you need some great coffee. So, Dan, what do we got going on at 7 p.m.? Anything going on tonight?
We have the NFC East War Room.
We have the NFC
coming
East
up
War
7
Room.
p.m.
Yes, we do. 4 hosts, 4 teams, 1 show. What could go wrong? I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of trash talking. You gotta be, you gotta have a heart of stone to be in this group chat. I'll tell you that, Dan, because it's pretty vicious at times. You know what I mean? Yep. Ken Fry, there you go, the host of the Atomic Drop and the Batcave on Wednesday morning at 10 p.m. The Atomic Drop Fridays at 10:30, which won't be on this week because Ken has a work week. And, of course, the Silver and Black Layer to be announced this week because Ken does work as well. Talking all Las Vegas Raiders and soon to be LA Kings as well on that show, Silver and Black Layer. And he loves his Monkey Cold Coffee. He testifies to it. We both do. It's a great product as well. So, Dan, you ready to get out of here, man? Because I got to go get something to eat before I talk about, start crying about my Dallas Cowboys tonight.
Absolutely.
All right. For myself and Dan, we will be back next week, of course, same time, 7 p.m. to go over our picks for last week. And hopefully, I continue the streak here. I'm up six games on Dan. Hopefully, I make that to just like the Braves, untouchable. I want to clinch division early, Dan. I want to clinch the division early.
Well, Braves need to stop losing games.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway.
I know, Dan. I know. But I just hope we continue this run going into the playoffs because I don't care if we win 100 games and we, first round exit. I don't want to be the talk of the town, Dan. You know what I mean? Like last year.
I agree. Yep.
All right. Well, you ready to get out of here, Dan?
Absolutely.
All right, brother. I will see you in about 15 minutes for all of the NFC East the NFL Pick'em show. We'll see you next Thursday night at 6 p.m. Until then, have a great week, and whatever your team is, hopefully your team wins. See you guys.
See you, everybody.
Later.